The rolling scissors is a vertical fight where each fighter performs barrel rolls around each other trying to force an overshoot. It's an energy contest of minimizing your forward travel while maintaining best sustained turn performance vertically. The rolling scissors is supposed to be used defensively, so you should never initiate one while you're offensive because the flight paths are predictable and you'll have bad shooting opportunities. If you're in a rolling scissors after being offensive, then you've made a mistake. To demonstrate the rolling scissors, we're going to start off in a defensive position with the bandit at our 3 o'clock and diving in to attack us. What we're going to do first, perform a break turn into the bandit and try and force an overshoot, but we're only going to reverse if the reverse criteria is met. So as he passes behind us, we can reverse and go nose high, and this will help reduce our forward travel relative to him. Then we can roll and place a lift vector on the bandit and begin pulling to try and force the overshoot. Now when the bandit overshoots and we end up behind his 3-9 line, that tells us we're offensive. We can now put our lift vector in lag pursuit and the fight is now going to be 2-circle. So in order to maneuver and be in a controlling position behind the bandit, we want to try and get our nose up before he can get his nose down and vice versa. When you're coming uphill, you can use lead pursuit to take a shot nose high, or you can use lag pursuit and get ready to use that gravity assist and come down and improve your controlling position later. In the descending phase of the rolling scissors, you want to relax the amount of G you're pulling. This way you can maintain enough airspeed to use in the climbing phase of the rolling scissors. An illusion you'll notice is that you'll feel more offensive on the top of rolling scissors and more defensive on the bottom. But as long as you can beat the bandit in your nose and lift vector positioning, you'll be able to force the overshoot and go offensive. And you'll notice that once you're offensive, the fight will be 2-circle and you'll be constantly chasing the bandit's tail while you're descending, until eventually you gain enough angles to be right behind the bandit and take a shot. Otherwise you'll need to use lead pursuit or going uphill to take a shot. Because he's stuck out in front of us and we're losing altitude during the rolling scissors, he'll either have to switch to a flat scissors, disengage, or he'll end up hitting the ground. With the next in-flight sequence, we'll look at how to disengage from a rolling scissors. Because the rolling scissors is used defensively, we're going to use it against a bandit in a diving attack or an otherwise high airspeed situation. Our goal is going to be to minimize forward travel and force the bandit to overshoot. So as we do our break turn into the bandit and we reverse, we're going to get our nose or lift vector in lag pursuit and begin the rolling scissors. It's important that when we do this, we want to be able to get our nose up or down before the bandit can. So as we're coming up over the top, we're going to use gravity assist to increase our turn performance, and then on the way down we need to relax the amount of G we're pulling. This way we maintain enough airspeed for vertical maneuvering. The rolling scissors will initially start out as a 1-circle fight, but it will actually switch to be a 2-circle fight once one fighter starts gaining the advantage and the other fighter ends up being out in front of the other's 3-9 line. So this fight will transition into a tail chase in the same plane of motion using a series of barrel rolls until the losing fighter decides to either try and force a flat scissors or disengage. In this example, we're going to look at how to disengage from a rolling scissors. So we'll begin by break turning into the bandit, generating enough aspect and closure to force the overshoot behind us. Meets reverse criteria, so we come back and reverse and bring our lift vector around, begin pulling towards him, coming downhill with our lift vector and lag pursuit, trying to ease up on the bottom half. We've ended up easing off a bit too much. This has allowed a lot of separation between us and the bandit, which he can use to come back and force a neutral pass. We're coming downhill here, we can see we're nose to nose. This is still a 1-circle fight right now. You can see that the bandit's got his nose down before I can get mine up, and then as I'm rolling back towards him, he's going to get his nose up before I can get my nose down. We're definitely losing the advantage, so we're going to build some separation and pitch back towards the bandit. So as we come nose high, we're going to be in our descent and he's going to start climbing up towards us. So now we're coming down and he's coming up. We can pass by close, begin our unloaded extension away while he's still climbing. This allows us to accelerate and begin building a lot of separation between us, and then we can make our escape. you'll want to disengage from a rolling scissors when you can tell that you're losing the advantage as the bandit goes behind your 3-9 line. Your goal is going to be to minimize the turning room at a pass and then make your escape. To do this, you're going to need to build some separation before pitching back towards the bandit and creating a neutral pass. In this pass, you're going to go by as close as possible to the bandit while in your descent and the bandit is climbing up towards you. At that point, you're going to execute an unloaded extension to accelerate and increase the separation between you. This will allow you to maximize your separation after the pass and make your escape. Hope you enjoyed the video covering the rolling scissors. If you did, let me know with a like button and a comment. And don't forget to be a subscriber using that bell icon, and this way you can see new videos as they're released.